Hi everybody. Welcome to August. It's August. It's not August for me yet, but it is for you. So that's a little stressful generally. But if you're brand spanking new, I'm Melissa, I write books. This is kind of, I don't know, just an update from me, which it seems funny to give you an update because I feel like I've been talking to you for a month straight. Like, I don't know. Between live streams and vlogs, I feel like you know everything, but then I remind myself not everybody is watching everything. And so, and also I'm not chronologically telling you every single thing that I'm doing in terms of writing. So I thought it would be helpful to, or just kind of nice to check in about how did NaNoWriMo, Camp NaNoWriMo in July go? Where am I at with this book? And then where are we going for the second half of the year pretty much. I did a mid-year goals check-in, but that was more so like general. And now that I've gotten deeper into this revision, I feel like I have a better idea of what's going on. So first let's do a little review of Camp NaNoWriMo. So my plan, I believe, was to start revision and get as far as I could. And I think I'm pretty sure I hit around where I thought I would be. I think I maybe had planned to start doing a little bit more of the revision itself, but I did not. So the first 2 weeks of July I spent annotating my draft 2, Project Gas Station, which is an adult thriller, and also a rom-com, one might say. And then I annotated it and then essentially made a revision plan from the annotated draft. And then I also compiled all of my beta reader feedback and started working on, I guess we could call it a reverse outline of the book. So a reverse outline is essentially when you outline a book after you've already written it. So kind of looking, taking the plot that you have and plugging it into a outline, essentially. I don't know. It's more so that I'm making a timeline of everything that's happening from every point of view so that I know what every character was thinking, feeling, and being motivated by at every point in the story, because that's where there's 3 main issues in the book, and none of them are huge changes. They're more so what was this person doing and why were they doing it? And so it's just adding in more detail about the backstory. But in order to do that well, I need to take from before the book even happens through the book, character motivation is mostly what I'm working on. So I'm still working on that major timeline on my big whiteboard in my office. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. My hope is to finish that by the time you're seeing this video. So over the next few days to finish that. Yeah, so that's kind of the past for camp. Let's also talk about content, just because I think it's kind of interesting to see. So during July, let me count. Looks like I had 13 videos that I posted in July, and I was live 16 times. 17. I was live 17 times. So, are you sick of me yet? I do it to myself. I have really enjoyed making this much content. 4 content coming up in August and kind of throughout the rest of, until NaNoWriMo, which again, I'll likely be doing daily vlogs again for NaNoWriMo, but until then, I'm gonna kind of experiment a little bit. The next couple weeks, I'm gonna be doing longer weekly vlogs, I believe, or probably weekly, that are gonna be longer, closer to 45 minutes or an hour, or however long they end up being, instead of 3 15-minute vlogs during the week. And I'm just gonna kind of experiment what you guys like better, what the algorithm likes better, just generally what if I like that kind of structure better. And then I will still likely do sort of a sit down video or experimental video. I have 3 or 4 sit down or topic videos that I'd like to make. That will probably be during the week, probably on Thursday. So I might go back to a Sunday, Thursday upload schedule. But you guys know me, I might throw in another one. So I'll just kind of see where we where we land, but likely around 2 or 3 videos a week instead of 3 or 4 videos a week. I will also still be going live 3 to 4 weekdays because that's what I write. So might as well have you guys join me. And for my plan for the actual book coming up, I was doing like a Megamind timeline trying to figure this out. So if we jump forward to November, I would like to be writing a fresh book in November, like dictating a new book. The way that I have dictated in the past, which is like text to speech, essentially, or speech to text, where I talk and that's the writing. I need a really solid outline, and I need to do a good amount of outlining, brainstorming, plugging it into a plot structure. Like I do all of that work. I'm very much a planner, a plotter. There's an element to my outlining where it is a discovery, but once I know what the book is about, then I outline. I will sometimes stray away from the outline if a plot twist comes to me. I'm not married to my outline, but we are engaged. Let me stop talking. If that's the case, I realistically need a month and a half. Like actually 2. I would really like to have 2 months to outline. Because I typically spend a few weeks brainstorming different ideas and coming up with characters and doing all that, and then I need, usually it is about a month to plug that into a Save the Cat kind of structure and make everything fit together and make sure that I know the story before I start dictating it. That's the way that I think I'm gonna be the most successful. And so that means, if you're doing the math, that I would love to have September and October to outline the new book, which means I would need to finish the revision in August. Here's the other thing about August. I work at a college, so that's when students start to come back. Like when we have move-in and we start to have things going on again with the students. So there's also that, but that's also super active in September and October. So it's the fall is just busier generally. And another thing about August is I have, a wedding that I'm going to, and then I have a girls' weekend. The weekends in August, actually, let me just look for a second, because if I don't even have one, my triathlon is in August, you guys. The 10th I'm out of town, the 17th is the triathlon, the 24th is a girls' weekend, and the 30th is Labor Day. So it's gonna have to happen during the week. Let's talk about what I actually have to do to complete this revision. So there's no way I can do this in 1 month unless I go crazy, which might happen. So after I get the timeline on the board, which is hopefully happening as we speak, then I'm making a list of all the changes. How many lists have I made during this revision? 87. But that the next list I make is here's what I'm changing in the actual physical book. Then and what chapter it goes in. So then I'm not rewriting the book from the beginning as I've done in the past at this stage. I'm actually just gonna add in all those new things to the scenes where they belong. It might include writing a few new scenes. Actually, it totally will. It will involve writing a few new scenes. So I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna go plot line by plot line. So I'm gonna put let's say character A, everything that needs to be fixed with character A's motivation, I'm gonna go in and add that into each of the scenes where it belongs. And then go back and do that with the plot line C. I'm just gonna do a plot line by plot line. And it's unclear to me at this point exactly how many changes that is, but it's not I'm rewriting major sections of the book. It's more that I'm expanding what's there. That's part of it, but then I also would like to do a line edit after that. So because I'm not rewriting it from the beginning, I want to go after I put in all the new stuff and changes and tweaks, then I want to listen through it or read through it with a line level focus. A line edit takes about a month for me at this point in the game. So what I might try to do is, as I'm adding things in, just try to make them as smooth as possible. I think that it's doable for me to make all those changes in August, but I don't think it would be doable to add in another line, a level pass or a cleaning pass of it. And the reason I had wanted to do that was because I would like to give it to readers after this round. Another round of, like, actually a bigger team of readers. But here's the thing, a lot of the people that I would like to give it to are also writers, so November is not going to be a good time to give them, like, honestly, September, October, November is not going to be a good time to give people that anyway. So what I might do is similar to what I did with the wedding season last year, if you were around for that, where I think it actually was exactly like that. Like, did all my revision before NaNoWriMo, and then in December after NaNoWriMo, after I finished the first draft of that new book, then going through and doing like a line level sort of pass and then giving it to people over the holidays. I think that that is actually gonna be my plan. And that seems a lot more doable. So that just means I need to get as far as I can with this revision, get everything implemented in August, and then in September start with the new book, which I don't even have an inkling. I have an inkling. I have 2 different inklings of the kind of book that I would maybe want to write in November, but I need to flesh them out. It still feels like Gas Station is so new, so it feels weird to be moving on to something else. And it is always nice. Like, I did really value last year when I had done this big revision on the wedding season, and then I wrote the first draft of Gas Station, dictated it, and then I went back and reread the wedding season with fresh eyes. Like, I actually found that really, really valuable. So I'm happy with that being my plan. So August is actually gonna be grind time. Ooh, I was actually thinking about taking a few days off in August and really like hammering through a bunch of the revisions. But yeah. Oh, should I say anything else? Let me think. Usually I typically do like a reading wrap up around the end of every month, but did I read a book? Did I read a book in July? I don't think so. Let me check. I read the rom-commers and I read Summer Romance, which were great books. So that's great. But that's it. I'm hoping to maybe read, but now that I've said that I'm doing this whole revision, and here's the tea though, is I'm also querying. So at any moment, at any point, everything could change and I could totally change my focus. So let me know how your camps went. I would love to hear from you about how that went. I'm sorry if this sweatshirt is dirty. I'm realizing now it might be. But also watch out for some, I mean, I won't really be making that much content about my triathlon, but I'm probably gonna talk about it more because it is coming up very soon. Also, there will be an update on the triathlon suit. It did get returned to the company and now it is being sent back. There was a whole journey. So we will, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the video from, I don't know, just watch every video I've ever made and then you'll find it. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I will see you very soon with a very long vlog. So I hope you're excited about that. Goodbye.